Hi folks, we're going to do exercise 13 and 14 on Les snare drum. Things to note with exercise 13, technique tracks. Basically paradiddles. We've got triple paradiddle to start with, paradiddle. And we've got some single paradiddles, paradiddle. And I think that's it. There aren't any double paradiddles. So we've just got triple paradiddles and single paradiddles. Those rudiments are always great just to practice in isolation by themselves. Okay, they don't have to be in a song. It's good to do it in a song, which is what we're going to do. But it's also really good to just drill them. Play them over and over again so you get really comfortable with them. Okay, that's number 13. Here we go, snares on. Let's get ready to play. Okay, so that one starts off like it's going to be super easy, and then all of a sudden you've got to play your triple paradiddles twice as fast. So again, it's a good idea to practice your paradiddles by themselves, get used to them, get them fluid, make them faster when you're ready. Alright, Salsa Siesta. Turn your snares off. Now, in this piece, you'll see that there's a bit of sticking there. Make sure you get that sticking. It's basically the same 2 bars over and over, pretty much. And then we've got what's called a rimshot. Now, there are different ways to play a rimshot. You can play a rimshot with your non-striking hand on the skin, and then strike that stick with your other stick. Gives you that sound. We're not going to do that version today. We're going to do a different version, and that's where it's probably a little bit harder, where we play the rim and the skin at the same time. So you can hear you get that higher pitched attack sound. Normal hit, and then rim shot. Okay, should be quite ringy. Now this is hard to do because you've got to try and get the rim and the head at the same time. Now the last thing you want to do is push it down like this, because you're trying to make sure you get the right angle. Just strike it normally, and what you'll find is sometimes this happens, whoops, and sometimes this happens. No big deal, alright? Eventually you'll be able to hit a rim shot every time. Okie dokie. So, if you're just using a drum pad, obviously this is difficult unless you have one of those fancy drum pads. I don't have one with me that has a rim. If you're using a snare drum, you'll obviously be able to practice this. Alrighty. If you only have a drum pad, you can still get a pretty decent kind of rim shot. You'll just get more of this part of the stick on the pad. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Salsa Siesta duet. Get ready to play, folks. Here we go. Let's try that again. Alright, here we go. Okay, wow. So that's tricky. Beware of the dynamics. So you've got forte for 2 bars, piano for 2 bars, mezzo forte, piano, crescendo, forte, piano. It's all over the place. And it's a bit of a trick you'll notice in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th bar where the rim shots are. It's meant to be a piano. So it's difficult, right? I missed them. I'll try again. So that's quite hard to do. Don't worry about it. Whatever you do, when you go to do a rim shot, do not get tense. It can be frustrating when you try and get a nice bong sound and all you get is this. That's frustrating, yeah? But don't get angry, don't get tense, don't try and go, oh, I'm gonna get it! Alright, because that's not good for anyone. Alrighty, if you miss it, just have a good laugh and it'll get better, alright? Excellent. See you later, folks.